Subdural hemorrhage. We're talking about the space between arachnoid and the meningeal layer of the dura, and that's the subdural space. Subdural also is a potential space. Now, if you remember, why did we call the fourth layer of the scalp as the dangerous layer of the scalp? The similar reason applies here in subdural hemorrhage. Because they were emissary veins, if you remember, from inside the cranium, they were traversing the inner and outer tables, then pericranium, then the loose areolar connective tissue, then the glia paneurotica, then the superficial fascia, and then the skin. Like that's the layer of the scalp from inside to out, right? So these emissary veins, like connecting the veins of the scalp to the dural venous sinuses, they have a very much chances to break down in cases of scalp injuries. In cases of scalp injuries, the blood collected in the scalp is in the fourth layer. And the reason, if you remember, because that loose space provides easy space for sliding of the layers above. And because those emissary veins are traversing that fourth layer, they easily get ruptured. One thing, if you remember, that fourth layer of the scalp is the dangerous layer of the scalp. The same thing applies here. Now we're talking about the subdural hemorrhage. Now think about this dura mater. Dura mater has two layers, outer and inner layer, the meningeal layer. And in between the two layers is the dural venous sinuses. Now below to that meningeal layer is arachnoid mater. And arachnoid and dura have no regular space, but arachnoid and pia has a lot of space, and that is called subarachnoid space. And of course, that's filled with trabeculations and makes it a spongy space filled with CSF, having the cerebral vessels. We are talking the space between dura and arachnoid, which is normally obliterated, and it's a potential space. But the cerebral vessels, if you remember, the cerebral vessels also drain into the dural venous sinuses. One thing. Then these arachnoid villi and granulations, they also pour the CSF, that's a drainage apparatus of CSF in the dural venous sinuses. So what actually is traversing the subdural space? It is the emissary veins, it is the cerebral veins, and it is the arachnoid villi and granulations. Mainly, of course, villi and granulations, of course, CSF leak bhi ho jayega. But talking about the blood here is the venous blood that leaks out because of the emissary and cerebral veins which traverse the subdural space. Got it?